Hello everyone, we are back right here at Crypto Empire where we dominate the crypto market. We're here for yet another Crypto Empire Sunday live stream, and we have a lot to talk about today because a lot of the projects that I hold in my portfolio have been experiencing extreme fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Router Protocol, Change Finance, and now GridNet GNC. A lot is happening with these teams wanting to change the tokenomics, and the communities are not happy about these proposed changes. So we are seeing prices go ahead and sell off substantially. So is it the end for these projects, or do they have a chance to recover? I will be giving my take on the situations in this live stream, so be sure to stick with me until the very end. I'll also be going over Bitcoin and altcoins in the general market at large, as I always do. But with that being said, welcome back to the channel, everybody. We did just smash through 40,000 subscribers, so thank you all for your support. I greatly appreciate that. But let's start things off like we always do with our crypto market overview. Big shout out to Ladgerdoodle. He says, hello Empire. Connor, any good critter stories from down under? I haven't seen anything that could, take me out, like poison me or, just kill me. I've seen a few huntsman spiders, those huge things, but they're harmless. But other than that, no real big critter stories. Rigoberto asking about Router Protocol. Let's start off the live stream by talking about Router Protocol and what happened with it, because this is a very large holding in my personal portfolio. So I've been paying attention to the situation. I've been monitoring it. I've been on top of it. And first things first, let's talk about the price, and then we'll talk about the FUD and what's actually happening with the project. So Router Protocol, essentially the FUD hit over here on Saturday, and we saw the price drop 42%, 43%. Now from a technical perspective, looking at the technical analysis on the chart, it's really not that bad, because if we can look in the weekly price chart, all we have done here is we've retested the weekly breakout of the 2-year accumulation range. All right, so Router Protocol is the best situation out of all these projects experiencing FUD right now. I believe the team handled it the best compared to Change Finance, and GridNet GNC is a complete mess right now. But anyways, Router Protocol from a technical perspective does not look horrible. It's retesting the 2-year accumulation breakout, okay? And also on the daily time frame, if you just look where it went, it taps right off of the 200 daily EMA. Saw some really strong bounces from the level. Now let's talk about what happened. So essentially, the Router Protocol is going live with a new layer 1 blockchain. And with that being said, they were running their testnet to make sure everything was running smoothly. And on their testnet Explorer, they changed the Router tokenomics from what's currently 20 mil tokens. They changed it to 1 billion for this new layer 1 blockchain in the Cosmos ecosystem built on the Cosmos SDK. All right, as you can see, total supply of Router Protocol down here is 20 million coins. On the testnet Explorer, it said 1 billion. The community found that, they freaked out, they went in the Telegram group, and they started asking a ton of questions. And, the team didn't really give the best answers immediately to those questions, and everything blew up. Everybody started to panic sell their Router Protocol tokens, and that's why we saw the price drop down here to the low $4 prices, right? Really, it dropped to $4.01 exactly. So that's the situation. But the Router Protocol team did a very good job of damage control. What they went ahead and did was they listened to everybody freaking out. They listened to the community, which is very important. And they were like, okay, listen, we're not going to raise the tokenomics to 1 billion, but we do want to raise the tokenomics. So they have a new governance proposal live right now, and essentially you can either vote to raise the the total supply by 7.5 million or 10 million. And as you can see, substantially, the option number 1 right here of raising 7.5 million tokens, or adding that to the total supply of Router Protocol, that is winning substantially at 70% compared to 30% to raise it by 10 million new coins. So all in all, long-term speaking, I believe Router Protocol is going to be completely fine. I'm not worried about Router Protocol. Really strong recovery, all right? Really strong recovery. I know when this stuff happens, it can be really scary. A lot of people sold down here, right? A lot of people were buying Route on its way up over here at 5. They were buying at 6. Maybe they're buying at 7 and 8. And then the FUD hit. Price drops to $4 and they panic sell. They take the loss. All right, so if you were able to hold through this and now you're seeing price recover, I commend you. It takes a lot of guts and strength to hold through stuff like this. And it happens, right? This is a low market cap project. It's a 76 mil market cap. When the price tanked, it was right at $100 million, right? When the price was $6 to $7, the market cap was 100 mil, right? So this is a newer project. It's in development. A lot can go wrong. And we just experienced a major sell-off. So if you were able to hold through that, I commend you. Good job. Overall, long-term speaking, I think everything is going to be fine. I'm not worried about the long-term for Router Protocol, but certainly an eventful weekend here. And guess what? This is just one of 3 tokens that I hold that have experienced major sell-offs because of tokenomics changes and vesting schedule changes. It doesn't seem to end right now, but hey, this is what we get, right? We want to invest in crypto. We want to invest in this asset class. It comes with inherent risk, and we're experiencing that right now. So that's my take on Router Protocol. Let me know if you guys have any questions in regards to it, and I can give some more kind of detailed answers about specific questions. But overall, I think everything will be fine long term. Here in the short term, it could be a little bit rougher, right? We kind of lost a lot of that bullish momentum that we had for this project, but the team did a very good job of damage control, and I think that the worst is behind right now, and I expect this price to recover slowly. I don't think it will be a very quick recovery right now, but nonetheless, it's not over for Router Protocol, and it's still one of the best cross-chain interoperability plays in the entire crypto market, and I'm still bullish on it. And if you're wondering how high I think it could potentially go in the bull run, realistically speaking, $250 to $300, right? And that would be at around a 3.6 bill market cap, and if it goes to 300, that would be a $4.3 billion market cap, okay? I think this is possible, right? So I'm looking at a 40 to 50x for Route at the peak of the bull run, personally speaking. We'll see how we go. I'm still holding. I didn't sell a single token through that FUD sell-off, and now we'll see where we go from here. I hope that answers your question. Anyways, moving on. Shout out to Rigoberto for asking that question. So Abinar Shankar says, hi Connor, what's your target for ALPH? It's called the Ethereum killer of the cycle. So yeah, ALPH is a very solid altcoin. My target for it, I think 50 bucks is definitely possible, and that would be a 3.5 bill market cap. 5 bill market cap would be a 38x at $75. These prices are potentially possible for a lithium ALPH. It's a solid project, and I have nothing bad to say about it. Shout out to CRO8. He says, my man Connor in Australia, welcome. Thank you, CRO. Still here. I'll be here for a few more days, but then it's time to go. Doing a bit of a reunion here with some old friends. I lived here for a year, like 5 years ago, so it's been very hard to focus and work. I'm moving around constantly. I don't have a real setup. So I'm looking forward to I'm not hating on Australia, but I'm looking forward to getting out of here and getting back to my usual schedule so that I can focus and work and do what I need to do to get where I want to get. But anyways, Australia's been great. Thank you, CRO, for the warm welcome. Shout out to Natty. Shout out to Denise saying Sui. Shout out to Jazzy saying good to see you, legend. Good to see all you guys as well. Rigoberto says that I need to box a kangaroo. That would be fun. First Muay Thai fight will be announced soon as well. We'll see if we can stream that for YouTube. Anyways, Sui. So we're at a higher time frame level. As you guys can see, I've had this red supply zone marked on my chart for a long time, and Sui has now hit the level, okay? So we definitely want to be a little bit cautious right now. A lot of wicks into this level at $1.50 as well. And the way that Bitcoin is looking, right, I'm not overly confident that Bitcoin is going to go ahead and break resistance and resume its push above $50,000 right now. So we definitely have to err on the side of caution. I mean, Sui, you have strong higher time frame bearish divergence at this key supply zone level. I would be, I would be a little bit careful. Maybe you get another push up to this previous trend line, right? This previous channel that was in play all the way from back here in November. All right, maybe you get a push over here to around $1.70, $1.75 on SUI, but you know, I think on the upside, for now, it's limited. I think you have limited upside on SUI for now. And all in all, it would be really good to see these levels hold. $1.25 to $1, most likely we'll see a retracement into. But yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin before we start looking at altcoins so that I can kind of go over my general analysis on this market and what I expect to happen from here. Now, obviously, we have the Bitcoin halving in around 80 days, all right? And that's a very bullish catalyst for the market. But right now, we're in that no man's land period between the spot Bitcoin ETF approval and the halving over 2 months away. You know, we have no real prevalent bullish narrative in the market right now, and we're seeing price action stall because of that. Okay, so now for Bitcoin, we're in this previous chop zone that we spent a lot of time in December. Okay, we spent a lot of time in this chop zone, really between $40,000 and up here at around $44,000, $45,000. All right, this is the chop zone, and price is now inside of the chop zone once again. We saw a strong recovery from down here at 38,500. Price back here in the middle of our chop zone at 42. Now, if we're going to continue higher, what do we need to see? We need to see Bitcoin break above $45,600. All right, if Bitcoin can break above this key level right here, then okay, we go and attack the highs and we possibly push to 50K and beyond. But with that being said, we're facing a lot of resistance at current price. All right, so what do I think is going to happen? Personally speaking, I'm looking for a push to the previous range high at around $44,000 to $45,000, and I'll be looking for potential shorting opportunities. All right, I'm really not that crazy bullish on the market right now in the shorter term. But with that being said, yeah, I can see price push back up to 44, 45, but I would be erring on the side of caution when price does get back to these levels, really at $44,500. All right, we're in a choppy range. We have no real prevalent bullish catalysts. The market has slowed down. And it's really not the time to be taking excessive risk, being overly bullish. Everything has been extremely slow as of late, and we simply have to wait for this period to subside in order for us to obviously continue on our trajectory to new all-time highs. But again, for Bitcoin, $44,000 to $45,000 is heavy resistance. I don't expect us to break it, but if we do, that would be very exciting. I'll be looking for a move up here and then a possible retracement of this entire pump. All right, so that's my take on BTC. Again, slightly up, and then I think some more down in the short term for Bitcoin. Shout out to All Day Dre saying, thanks for being here, Crypto Empire. Yes, thank you, Crypto Empire. We just hit 40,000 subscribers, guys. I appreciate all of your support. And be sure to smash that like button for the live stream. CR08, maybe you already spoke about Spooky Z. Are you still holding? So the situation with Spooky Z, again, I already addressed this in the last live stream. Essentially, it wasn't them. The makers of the game, they gave me a copyright strike on my channel, okay? So with that being said, I de-risked heavily. I hold a small position in Spooky Z. I took substantial profits, okay? I have a small position in case it's a moon bag, basically what I hold, right? But we first spoke about the project here in the channel down here at 1.5 cents. It exploded up here to 25 cents, okay? So, you know, we had a lot of time to take profits. I hope you guys realize some too. But nonetheless, I have a small moon bag right now, completely risk-free, and we'll see where it goes from here. But they did give me a copyright strike on my channel. So with that being said, is my confidence very high in it? No, it's really not, all right? Just to be completely straight up, as I always am with you guys. But yeah, that's Spooky Z. A lot of people asking about Shido. A lot of talk about Shido recently as well. See the current market cap. 81 mil. So I'm not sure the exact story, fundamentally speaking, with Shido. I believe they launched on like the Safe Moon Dex or something like that, and it became a legitimate project, like a legitimate blockchain. We'll take a look at this price chart. So yeah, the chart's been picking up heavily from the start of January. Wow, huge move. You know, it's seen an 800% move. It's up 500% from the start of January. 100 mil market cap. And a chart that looks like this. So, I mean, it certainly could continue higher. Would I buy something like this now? Personally, no, I wouldn't. I would need to do more research on what Shido actually is before I made a decision like that as well. But if you're looking for buy levels, which is what I assume you're asking me about it for, I like down here at 0.006 to 0.005. Right, you want to see a quick dip in here, recovery, and then kind of continue higher on Shido. Rigoberto says, do you think they will raise tokens again in the future for router protocol? So I hope not. I hope this is going to be the only governance proposal where they want to raise the amount of total supply of tokens of route. So this snapshot is being taken on January 28th, which was yesterday, or it's today for you guys over in the US. Anyways, it will be live until Sunday, February 11th. So basically 2 weeks. But no, I mean, I hope they don't want to raise the total supply again for route. But we shall see. Shout out to Expendable Youth. Chuck says Lava Coin, gaming studio by Vulcan Forged. So Chuck, personally, I already have my gaming coins picked for this cycle. But Lava, if we take a look at the Lava coin over here, yeah, I mean, if you want to buy it, this is the perfect time to be a buyer. You're basically at, you know, your range, your absolute range lows. If we're going to draw a proper range on this chart, we're taking this high to this low. We're putting a 50% measurement Fibonacci on the chart like this. And you want to be a buyer below the range low for a deviation play, and it's there right now. Okay, so if this is something that you're interested in, Lava, looks like Vulcan Forge changed their name. It's no longer PYR, I assume. I'm not sure what's happening with that. Anyways, this is the time to be a buyer if you want to buy this project. Not recommending it, just telling you what the chart is saying. And the chart is saying that, you know, you're below the range low at 5 cents, and you're buying low, you're not buying high here. So that looks pretty good. Sol is going crazy. Is it though? Is it really? Take a look. Nice break on Sol. Nice break, but here's the thing. You have not made any higher highs just yet. Okay, so in order for Solana to actually be in a new uptrend, you need to make a higher high past 103 on the daily time frame. All right. you're still in potential to put in a lower high. So your 4-hour compression worked out bullish, right, for these moving averages. Go ahead and face them, compressing, break out above it. That looks good. Definitely have to err on the side of caution, as I was saying with Bitcoin and SUI. I'm not overly confident that we are going to go ahead and start ripping up to new highs just yet. Go ahead and throw my fib on the chart. And right now we are essentially battling at the 78.6 resistance of this fractal. You also have the quarterly and yearly open right here, which is heavy resistance at $101. If anything for Sol, I would look for a push up to this high at 101 to 103, and I would be looking for potential shorting opportunities. Yeah, I think you can go for this liquidity though, because there's certainly a lot of liquidity. A lot of people have their stops up here at 103. So I would not be surprised to see a tag at this level, a test of it, maybe a wick up, stop everybody out who's already short, and then you kind of continue back down. We'll see, right? And also you have not retested this breakout trend line just yet. So again, short-term speaking, I am exercising some caution here. I'm not overly bullish. I think Bitcoin still has a good chance to drop back below 40K, and with that, take altcoins lower with it. We're seeing a very strong bounce right now, which is good, right? Nobody wants to see red every single day for weeks on end. But it's not the time to be overly bullish just yet. But that can change quickly. So that's why you have to be on top of this market, because things can change in an instant. SKI and Mask. So XAI it's a new coin, all right? The new coins are the best to trade, and you need Bybit, all right? So if I don't have any Bybit affiliate links, but if you're going to be trading, shorter term, like day trades, short-term swing trades, a day or two, you basically need Bybit, because Bybit lists all the new coins before anybody else. Bybit and Binance are really kind of like the top two exchanges. Anyways, with that being said, XAI. Dips are for buying on this one, in my opinion. I like the 78 cent level, right? You had a strong double bottom. The neckline breakout was 78 cents. I mean, your 4-hour looks decent, holding the 4-hour 100 moving average here. We get a push, this could be the potential pullback. But what I would like to see for XAI is a move down here into this demand zone. It's 78 to 75 cents. Again, a new gaming coin. These are the ones that have the most volatility, that move the most. You can see from my watch list over here, XAI, UMA has been moving a lot. Multi made a huge comeback. Ondo, new coin. For Ondo, 24 cents is my level of interest, right? I would like to see Ondo come down here to 24. MAV, another one, right? These new coins. Manta, brand new coin, and then Ace as well. These are the new ones that move the most, and they have the most opportunities, most volatility for trades, okay? So if you're looking for the best coins to trade, I would curate a new coin watch list, much like I have done, and I would just use that. I would not kind of go for the old Dino coins, because these ones are the most volatile, and they give clean setups again and again and again. Anyways, XAI, 78 to 75 cents is where I would look for a long, and then the other one was Mask. So Mask had a really nice flush out. Really nice flush out here on Mask. Basically what happened was we lost all of our daily trends, right? We had breaks of all of our daily, bullish trend structures. The trend line, the moving averages. And we come down here to $3. We see a strong bounce right back up to 340, 350. All right, so from a technical perspective, we are doing a bearish underside retest, but if you just look at the bigger picture, if you look at this range, we're really in a huge chicken scratch chop zone for mask. What you need to see happen is you need to see price reclaim 350, and then you need to see a higher high past 375. All right, because on this daily time frame, you have not necessarily made a lower low, because your low is down here at 296 and this low is over here at 303. All right, so it's not completely over for mask at all. Like I said, you're just in this one huge choppy range for mask. But yeah, it needs to get above 350 and then make a higher high past 375. The safest thing to do with a position like this or with an asset like this is just hold it spot. If you hold spot, you can never, you're never worried about price fluctuation like this. Weekly time frame looks fine. The weekly time frame still looks really bullish. So the most stress-free way to go about something like this is to hold it spot and then wait for that pump up. Because again, where do I think mask could go? Up here to around $9. All right, if we look at my Binance chart, up here to 9 is the target. All right, and this is a 146% move. From current price, you're looking at a 168% move. So I think if you hold it spot, you'll hit the target no problem, and it's stress-free. And we looked at Sol. Cubic website looks great. Yeah, so Cubic, another one of these projects that a lot of people have a lot of doubts about. Right, a lot of people say, oh, it's a complete scam. The only reason people are buying it is because it come from beyond. He's the creator of it. That's the only reason anybody's even interested in it. Everybody has their own opinion. Now, I personally got into Cubic before 90% of people even knew it existed, right? I bought the bottom of it, and I saw a healthy pump. It went up 7-8x to the peak. It's currently up around 5x, give or take. Now, the new website does look really good. The community literally made this website. This is a community fair launched project, right? There's no team tokens, none of that, right? So what you're looking at is a product of the community coming together and building this website, and it looks really clean, as CRO said. All right, so I'm still holding a really big bag of Cubic. I personally haven't taken any profits from it, all right? Again, I bought basically the bottom of it back at $600 per billion, and I'm still holding. So I think it has the potential to be a big project. The credentials of the creator are very strong. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Cubic chart right now. So again, Cubic is only available on a few smaller or lesser known exchanges such as SafeTrade, Trade Ogre. But if we look at this chart, really nothing is happening, all right? Similar to what we just looked at on Mask, we have a really long accumulation range. Price did go ahead and drop down to $2,400 per billion cubic units, and it saw a huge bounce right away. All right, and that's an encouraging sign. So yeah, the new website looks great. The chart looks okay, right? It's just doing very slow, boring consolidation currently. And you're at the bottom of the range. So I think anything below $3,000 per billion on Cubic is a good buy, personally speaking. And again, this is one of the larger holds in my portfolio as well. I like AI coins. Cubic is certainly one AI coin. Another AI coin is obviously Tau. All right, and Tau looks extremely strong compared to the market at large right now. If we take a look at Tau and what's happening here, we had a test of the all-time high yesterday at $390. Look, this looks ready to break through and make a new all-time high. This is seeing really strong strength. Yes, there's the possibility that this is a double top and then we roll over and you know, come back down here between 200 to 300. But you cannot deny the strength of Tau right now. Price action is very strong, and this is on breakout watch to new all-time highs. The tokenomics allow for this to not be dependent on what Bitcoin is doing, right? Tau can move on its own regardless to what everything else in the market is doing. Tokenomics are extremely strong. Most people have it staked, and people at large just really don't want to sell. All right, so Tau is extremely strong. And in terms of how high it can go, I think a very safe conservative price prediction for something like Tau would be around the $4,000 to $5,000 mark. And that's only a 10x. That's a little more than a 10x from current price. 25 bill market cap. All right, so if you're holding 100 Tau right now, that's $3,000 or $35,000. You know, at a 10x, it would turn to 350K, which is a nice return on your investment, right? Anybody that's saying a 10x is not great, then this is the conservative price prediction as well. But yeah, anybody who says a 10x isn't good doesn't know what they're talking about. And then with that being said, if we double that to a 22x, you know, we're looking at a 50 bill market cap at $8,000. It's possible. You know, if you got in like I did at around 50 to 60 bucks, well, then you have a much higher return than a 22x. But yeah, Tau looks ready for a new all-time high. Let's see. Abhinav Shankar, let me know when you come to India. You're the only YouTube channel and live stream I watch. Cheers. Well, thank you very much for your support. I have no plans to go to India right now. I'm kind of getting tired of traveling. It's very exhausting. And there really is no place like home, right? Having your actual home is very underrated, especially when you've been traveling for a while. So yeah, anyways, no plans to go to India, but I'll let you know if that changes. Sol is going to hit 160 after Jupiter airdrop. I mean, it's certainly possible. So you're saying that Solana is going to go into this supply zone when Jupiter does their airdrop. Let's just take a retracement. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that is the next key level on the chart, right? If you take the bear market low down here at $8 up to the all-time high at $259, your 61.8 retracement is right here at $163. Okay, so this is a huge key level. Let's not forget, guys, I let you know, what was that, 1 or 2 weeks ago with Bitcoin. Same situation. Same situation on BTC, where if you take a fib, you drop it down here at the bear market low, you take it up to the all-time high, your 61.8% retracement was right here at 48,500. And again, 1 minute, let me just open this up. So glitchy. Anyways, this video right here is 2 weeks ago. Time for a shakeout. You know, I let you guys know that we are at huge resistance and you need to be careful. Right here, 48,500, and that did end up being the exact top. Again, at the 61.8 golden pocket. So it would make sense for Solana, if it's going to pump to somewhere, it would make sense to pump up here to the same level as BTC at the 61.8% retracement at $163, $164. I mean, price action doesn't look bad. Again, you need to make a higher high past 103. If you want to get long, best situation would be a retest of the low 90s. And then go ahead and ride that higher. All right, this is your buy the dip zone if you want to go on the long side. Hi Connor, what are your thoughts on Refiant Capital, please? I've never heard of Refiant Capital, so I can't give any thoughts on that project. Cubic, we already spoke about Cubic and took a look at it. Over here, chart looks good. Anything below 3K per billion is good. Let's talk about GNC right now, because this is down 53% as we can see. And a lot going on in their Discord group. As you can see, perceived change in their tokenomics. They want to clarify the situation. Long story short, what happened was the team basically self-funded the project and they had their own vesting schedule. What they decided to do was take around $2 million of GridNet coins, and from their vesting, like the tokens that were locked, they just took them. They were supposed to be held in that vesting contract for a longer period of time. They essentially took $2 million worth and they sold it all. All right, and the community saw that on the Block Explorer, and they freaked out. So with that being said, that's what happened. And that's why we saw a huge drop in the price. Now, really, really horrible job of communication from the GridNet team. And a lot of people lost their faith in the project altogether. All right, I haven't really spoken about GridNet too much on YouTube. I don't know if I even spoke about it at all. But this was a project that I bought back in like November of 2023, 2-3 months ago now. And I've been holding it the entire time. It's now in a loss, which is not great. And yeah, everybody lost trust in the team. Everybody lost trust in the project. Makes perfect sense, right? They did a shady move. It just got listed on Safe Trade as well. It was only OTC before. So what do I think about this? I mean, it's a mess. It's a horrible situation, and I don't like getting caught in this garbage. Fear, uncertainty, doubt, drama. Typically, I like to invest in projects that are fundamentally strong with good teams, so that we don't have to experience this kind of drama and fear and uncertainty. This is the kind of thing that happens with, say, a meme coin, and it's happening now on a supposedly fundamentally strong project, but there were some red flags with GridNet. A few people in my Discord, shout out to Maverick, you were sketchy, you were skeptical about it from day one, right? So there were red flags about the GridNet project all along, and now the team made a very shady move. All right, would I suggest buying this fear and uncertainty? I'm not, but you can. Do whatever you want. Would I think it's a good idea? I think there's better projects out there to buy. If you have money ready to invest, I think there's better projects to buy than GridNet, personally speaking. All right, so I wouldn't suggest to buy this dip. That's what I'm trying to say. MetaMask airdrop, this bull run. We'll see about that. Shout out to Glasshopper77. Shout out to Armzilla, my man. Calcutta says, hi Connor. What does it say for the coins that are still yet to make their move this cycle? Still 80% to 90% still down. Some of them are fundamentally strong and are still building through this period. So again, Calcutta, most coins won't have a parabolic move until Bitcoin makes a new all-time high. And I'm not sure what coins you're referencing when you say they're 80 to 90% down. Are they new coins? Are they old Dino coins? What do you have in your head when you're talking? Some coins are still 80 to 90% down that are fundamentally strong. A little more specifics, and I'll be able to better answer your question. Satoshi says no Dino coins. Look, you're free to hold any Dino coins if you choose. So Litecoin, start looking at this on the daily time frame. You have this wick down to 54 right after New Year's. Strong recovery. You're in this range. Litecoin's a very difficult coin to trade. It's really a pain. Wild whipsaw moves. I mean, you're at a key horizontal support resistance flip right now at 68. So on your daily, what do you need to see? Well, you need to see a reclaim. By the way, nice double bottom. Anyways, on the daily, you need to see a reclaim of your $68 support resistance flip level and your moving averages at 70 and 72. All right, so you need to see this flipped back into support. That's also the yearly open. If that happens, you can have a move to the point in the origin of the breakdown, which is up here 81 to 85, and then your next supply zone would be up here at 92 to 96. All right, so these are your upside targets. Now in the 4 hour, 4 hours, same thing, right? You have a obvious downtrend happening, right? Continuous lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Below all your key levels. You have a bit of an ascending wedge into the $68 resistance level. I just know how many times Litecoin has toyed with me on breakouts, so I would be very cautious. This is how I would play it. I would wait for a move down here. Target 1 would be 77. You're trying to play a breakout, right? You're trying to play a breakout above 68, but you have... this looks very sketchy, especially on a chart like Litecoin. So I would look for a move down here to around 65, 66, and then look for the breakout. Trying to long it up here at resistance may not end too well for you, but it could. It could just break out and go. But yeah, I would look for a pullback first to 66 on LTC. Really a brutal chart. Very slow chart. Rejecting consistently off of your 100 weekly moving average. I would trade something else. Mask and network, I was going to say at least 5. Yeah, $5 to $9 for Mask. Good targets to the upside. You can get Cubic from Safe Trade. And Flare. This is the XRP coin. So it most likely will pump when you have your CBDC narrative, your XRP starts to pick up. Trades like XRP, where you pump, you do nothing, pump, do nothing. Yeah, your next upside target is going to be 2.8 cents. And I'm not sure what you want me to analyze here, what exactly you're asking. So if you want to be more specific with your question, I can better answer it. So another brand new coin is for Arcana gaming project. It's on Bybit. Like I said, all the new coins get listed on Bybit first. So listed at 1.3 cents, pumped to 1.7 cents. Now, this is a gaming project. And here's how all of these work. They pay their KOLs, key opinion leaders, influencers, or they don't pay them. They allow them to get the tokens at pre-sale prices, which in this case were most likely below 1.3 cents, right? Everybody on the inside got them below 1 penny. And, they tweet about it. They make videos. It launches. It pumps. Be careful, right? Because one good example, one recent example would be the ACE token. And for ACE, another new gaming project, same thing, right? You had the pre-sale. All the influencers got in the pre-sale super early. And they take profit, basically. You pump on listing. Maybe you pump a little bit higher a few days after. But usually there's always a nice substantial sell-off. Because there's too many people in profits. They're up 15x, 20x, 25x from the pre-sale. It's a lot of selling pressure. It's a lot of selling pressure that happens. But anyways, ACE is one example that we can use to kind of see what could happen with Farcana. By the way, ACE looks really good for a push higher. I'll talk about this next. But I would be looking to trade this double bottom W breakout. If you can't see this, go get your eyes checked, right? It's very clear, a double bottom W reversal happening, right? You got your W, you got your neckline. You want to see it break out higher. Anyways, Farcana, again, a lot of people are sitting in massive profits. I would be very careful about buying it here because most likely you will get it below 10 cents. All these new coins that are launching right now, they pump on listing. Everybody who got into the pre-sales takes massive profits. They retrace substantially. And then, okay, yeah, they can go up from there after the retracement. But before that huge retracement, I would be very careful. Too many people sitting in too big of profits. Now again, back to ACE. So ACE here, ideally we get a pullback down to around 860. Right, ideally. I would treat all dips as buying opportunities on ACE. This chart looks bottomed out. All right, this chart looks very, very good for a long. I'll be looking to ride it back up to around 12.50. Set your alerts. Get ready. I would look to scale into something like ACE. Right? Maybe you can take your first entries at around 9.25. Set your alerts at all these key levels. Another one at 886. I'd be looking to get filled, and I would be looking to ride this up. This looks bottomed out. ACE looks great. We just got a $5 super chat. RH Max says, hey Connor, have been following the massive green candles on Pulse Chain past couple of weeks. So I have been paying attention to what's happening over on Pulse Chain. I do know that, you know, Richard Hart is in some trouble with the SEC, and he was choosing to basically go in hiding before, and now he's deciding to fight back. He's deciding to take a stand and speak up and, you know, basically defend himself against the accusations of the SEC. And that's why we're seeing Pulse Chain, PulseX, Hex all have a good recovery. So yeah, that's the situation with Pulse Chain and Richard Hart. Look, all these coins are totally dependent on Richard Hart to go ahead and continue to market them. Right? The technology is nothing special whatsoever. It's literally a copycat of Ethereum. Yeah, the tech is nothing special at all. It's not innovative tech in any way, shape, or form. It simply has one of the biggest figures in cryptocurrency, Richard Hart, behind the project, there to consistently market it and shill it to the public, and you have all of the really hardcore believers in it. And again, I've stated many times, it's not like I don't like Richard Hart. I think Richard Hart is completely fine, and he's always delivered amazing returns for his investors in the past. But with that being said, right now he's in hot water with the SEC. He could potentially go to jail. He could potentially get prison time. But the fact that he's finally decided to speak up instead of hide to the SEC is why you're seeing this bullish price action pick up. All right, and you want to see him continue to hide and continue to fight the SEC and potentially win the case like the SEC did versus like the Ripple project did, XRP versus the SEC. Right, and you saw what happened to the XRP price after they won that lawsuit case. But yeah, totally dependent on what Richard Hart does, what he says. And I wouldn't have a huge position in Pulse Chain, but it could be worth holding. You know, you could see a 5-10x this cycle. Steve Sabat, Trucker Steve, says he saw ROUTE at the mid $4 range, ran to the burning building and grabbed a bunch. Great job, Trucker Steve. So, like I said at the beginning of the stream with Router Protocol, a lot of people panic sold. They all bought it at $5, $6, $7, and they all panic sold it at $4.50. And then you have people like Trucker Steve waiting for that opportunity. Because again, Router Protocol is it's my most recent video. Apologies for my lack of updates and uploads recently. We'll change that. But nonetheless, if we look at the analysis from 11 days ago, you see my levels on the chart. You see where the moving averages are. And then if you just look at where the drop happened to, right, on the daily time frame, price literally came right to the lower demand zone outline, right to the moving averages and bounced. And I said anywhere below $6 is a good buy in that video. So I would say it's still a good buy now, but these levels over here at $4.50 were golden. And not sure you get them again, but it's definitely a possibility because I think it's going to be a little bit slower now for Router Protocol to pick up and make a comeback. But nonetheless, strong recovery, and you know, it went right to the outline lower demand zone that I was speaking about in this video. So yes, I know on the surface, oh, Connor said it's going to 50x to 100x, and then it dropped 40%. That's why it's really important to pay attention to what I say. Like, my analysis is very kind of dynamic. And with that being said, you know, if you were waiting for these lower levels, you would have gotten filled perfectly. So good job, Trucker Steve. Mr. George says we'll reach $55,000 at the halving for Bitcoin and then sell off. So let's talk about best case scenarios, right? For Bitcoin, my best case scenario for the year, My absolute best case scenario for BTC. I would say is between these two levels. Between $83,000 and $101,000. And the median of that is around 92,000. Okay, so I think for 2024, best case scenario is up here. Between these two fib extensions, the 0.27 and the 0.618. Right in the middle is at around 91,000. I would say that's your best case scenario for Bitcoin for this year. And definitely altcoins will have seen substantial pumps, and you want to be looking to take substantial profits from the market when you see this. Lost Profit says, what's up, Connor? Just put some stink bids on Caspa and Router Protocol. Nice. I mean, if you look at Caspa right now, your key level to bid would be down here at 7.8 cents. And then Route, your key level to bid would be down here at $4.40 to $4. And Apex as well. I know Apex pumped like mad recently. Really strong move on this. Nabila says, hello, please, again replying. Do you mean the hello token, or are you saying hello to me, Nabila? I'm not too sure. But if you're talking about the hello token, we can take a look at it. Nice sell-off. Really nice sell-off. You swept these lows. No, you didn't sweep those lows, but you came close to sweeping these lows. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to buy hello, good entertainment project. I think it's bullish. I think it will go to a few dollars this cycle. So if you're looking to buy it, this is certainly a good time to start averaging into it. You know, you have a 45% drop from the all-time high. You're in this previous consolidation zone. So yeah, it's a good level to start buying if you want to buy hello. And then your next levels would be sub 10 cents, right? Ideally, you get, say, 8 to 7.5 cents on hello. Jazzy asking about Crown. How high do I see Crown going? So Crown is another gaming coin in my portfolio. Photo finish, Crown. How high do I see it going? So a 2 bill market cap would be a 35x. Realistically speaking, I can see a 2 to a 3 bill market cap on a project like this at its peak if it continues to grow the way it's been growing. The game is very bullish. People are racing their horses, and they're winning thousands of dollars if they win the race. People are loving the gameplay. Has some huge backers. So with that being said, I think it could hit a multi-billion-dollar market cap, and it could head to, say, $20 to $30 price levels in the bull cycle. So, you're looking at a potential at its peak, like a 50x. Now, Naka is my other... I have a few gaming holds, but Naka is my biggest gaming hold. Realistically speaking, I can see Naka going to a 5 bill market cap, right, which would be $75 to $80. So even still, something like Naka, I think it could 50x as well, even from the current price and current market cap. But yeah, Crown, Naka, two very, very solid gaming coins. And we'll see. Anything can happen in crypto. You know, we've seen these teams make shady decisions. But the teams of Nakamoto Games and Crown have proven themselves to be very competent and doing good by the community. So yeah, I feel comfortable holding Naka. I feel comfortable holding Crown. And we'll see where we go. I think we could see some huge gains with these projects. You know, like I said, potential 50Xs on the table for them, which for many would be completely life-changing financially, right? If you can hold to a 50X, obviously you take profits on the way up. But, you know, if you can put some size into these projects and you can ride them up to, say, a 2050X, you have the potential to change. I mean, you have the potential to make millions and millions and millions of dollars, basically, is what I'm trying to say here. So opportunities are on the table everywhere. And now is the time, it's been time to get involved and position yourselves in these opportunities. The time won't last forever where you can buy them low, right? When that market does leg up, it will be a thing of the past to be able to buy these projects low, which is why you kind of have to expose yourself to the risk of the market and go in. Let's see. No token unlocks for router protocol until June of 2025. Our bags will already be sold by then. Yeah, I agree with you, right? I think a lot of this run will happen this year in 2024. Again, the best case scenario for Bitcoin this year would be up here at 91K. Between these two fib extensions. And if it happens this year, say November, December, end of this year, we should see altcoins also have an explosive run up, and we'll be able to extract massive profits when that happens. So good point about that vesting schedule for router protocol. There will be no new coins unlocked until June 2025. That's what, 15, 16 months away. Coin Operated says, what's up, Connor? Never watched a live this late, glad to be here. I'm glad you're here as well. Rigoberto, at current time now, which is better to get into, A0 or router protocol? So again, router protocol did a great job addressing the FUD. The team did a lot of good damage control, and they took care of the situation. And again, on the weekly time frame, the technicals look fine still. All you're doing is you're retesting the weekly breakout. It's really nothing to stress about. So route, definitely a good buy. And then A0 is also kind of low right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you had a wick to $1. Both of them are potentially good buys right now. What would be better? I still think router protocol has higher growth potential. So I would say route. Coin Operated Connor, can Solana reach 800 to 1,000? I don't think it will. God bless me. Solana to 1,000, I doubt that will happen. My target, I would say around 350. Right, I know you guys might not want to believe that, but let's take a look at the market cap. If it was to reach $1,000, it needs like $1 trillion market cap. That would just never happen, right? You have to be somewhat realistic here with your price predictions. So Solana at a $433 billion market cap would be $1,000. At 350, you have a $150 billion market cap. Now ETH at the peak of last cycle hit like $500 billion. not mistaken. Yeah, ETH hit 570 bill at its peak of last cycle. I think 350 to 400 this cycle for Solana, personally. I don't think it goes to 800 to 1,000. Let's see. Catching up with these comments right now. Shout out to DJenny from the blockchain. Good to see you here, my friend. Still holds Zeph. Yeah, still holding Zeph. Satoshi VM, we'll look at that. RVF. No meme trades right now, CRO. The meme coin casino never sleeps. The meme coin casino never sleeps. Right now on Solana, that's where it's hot. But yeah, meme coins are just, you need to go through like getting rugged, losing, and then you'll hit a huge win and you'll make it all back. You need to basically constantly be playing the meme coin casino to be successful at it. And yeah, right now, I just don't feel like playing that casino game. So yeah, no meme coins for now. Anyways, lost profit. More convinced on TET or AGI. Two very different projects. And TET is very bullish. That's a layer 1 as well as a Bitcoin scaling solution. I think TET could do really well this cycle. And I think it could reach prices north of 1,000. I think it's possible. This tool is really annoying. Really annoying tool. It's the worst. Anyways. TET at 1,000. 33x from current price. I think that's highly possible. Right? And then if you got in from, say, 8 to 10 bucks, that's a 100x, which is our entry. And then Delicium, to 5 bucks would be 3 bill. Both of them are very good projects. To answer your question, TET and AGI, very strong holds. I think that TET would be a lower risk project because they've already kind of proven themselves. Their soft node is very bullish, right? So if you wanted to take a bigger position, not financial advice, but I would say go bigger in TET, but also it's worth having a position in Delicium. Both of them are very good projects. I think they'll do great this cycle, right? Good picks. Anyways, Ladradoodle, a lot to catch up on. Let's run through some altcoins. Rose and Trios, both solid coins. Trios making a huge comeback recently. Yeah, Trios is looking very solid. You have your upside levels here, 20, 25, 30, and then price discovery. Certainly possible Trios makes new highs, new all-time highs this cycle. I think it will. I think potentially you see $100 Trios and beyond. Still a very low market cap. I don't hold any right now. I don't plan on it. And then you have Oasis, Rose. So Rose, from a technical perspective, doesn't look bad, right? You're holding 10 cents well, which is a very big key level. You have your diagonal here. I would just watch for a break of this diagonal. And pullbacks below 10 cents would be for buying here. I would watch for a potential rejection and a move to 7.8 cents. I'll do a full update video on Rose soon as well. I plan on making a ton of content here once I'm kind of more set up and can actually produce the way I want to. What do I think about Energy Web token? Old coin, been through a cycle already. BlackRock has spoken about it. I'm aware of that. I would go after the new stuff, different sector, but something like Ondo now, right? The BlackRock real world asset coin would be more interesting. And again, Ondo, I am waiting for the 24-cent level on Ondo. 24 cents on Ondo is what I want. But yeah, not a big fan of Energy Web token personally. Solana ETF, yes, Rigoberto. I believe Solana will have an ETF where it will be included in a large cap basket of ETFs with other coins such as, say, Chainlink. Have not looked at Atom in a long time. Looks pretty decent. Breaking out your trend line. This looks pretty decent. I mean, really nice retracement. This chart is very messy. I mean, this looks pretty good actually to buy. You basically just want to see it go ahead and reclaim this $9, $10 level. And then you can see a nice pump back up. Yeah, I mean, Atom looks pretty good. I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for specifically. If you want an entry, say on a lower time frame, I would, if you were trying to enter into a long, I mean, it looks really good right now, actually. I would play it tight. Something like this for a shorter term trade. And INJ has been on fire. After a big flush out from $30. I think it will break up from this consolidation. It's been ongoing for a long time now. From mid-December. No clean trends, right? I don't feel necessarily comfortable entering into this just yet. I know it's probably not what you want to hear. But this is your level. $34.50 to $33.50. Right, that's your double bottom neckline. Right, so you want to see a retest of that at $34.50. And then if Bitcoin looks good, like INJ has been following Bitcoin to a T recently. All right, so it really depends on what Bitcoin does in the overall market. Let me see ETH BTC. So ETH BTC followed my layout exactly over here. So if this starts to bounce, it looks, yeah, maybe we get a good bounce here. This is the level it needs to happen from. Right, then Ethereum beta plays, and possibly INJ, Atom, you know, other kind of layer ones. Maybe we see a nice bid on those. But yeah, keep an eye on ETH BTC because it's now at the level that I was interested in, right? 0.0053, 0.0054. And if it bounces from here, then yeah, ETH betas, INJ, Atom could all see a really nice bounce as well. You know, we could potentially see Arbitrum head back up here to 240 if we start bouncing on ETH BTC. Play it a bit tighter like this. But yeah, keep an eye on that ETH BTC chart. Super important. Rocket X. Same old. Nothing's changed. Multi-month accumulation going back all the way to October. Right, so basically 3 months now going sideways in this range. You want to be a buyer at the bottom of the range. Every time it's gone down here to its bottom demand zone around 55 cents, it saw a bounce. Right, so buy at the bottom of the range and wait for the breakout higher. Low market cap, 50 mil. Has the potential to go to $2, $4, $5 billion market cap. I think it's a winner. I think it's a good altcoin to hold for the cycle. And I'm expecting, you know, 20, 30, 50x, maybe even 100x from current price for RVF. Satoshi VM, another one of these new coins where, you know, all your influencers and everybody else got in the pre-sale. I know there was some FUD about the team with this and the Ape Terminal sale. I don't know the specifics of it. But yeah, basically all the influencers, they got in at the pre-sale prices. They all sold here, caused a sell-off with the FUD, and now you're bottoming out potentially. Would I buy this? No, I think there's better options, but it could potentially be a short-term trade, right? You're buying after the huge sell-off, kind of like ROUTE. You buy after the FUD, and then you catch a bounce and you sell for a quick trade, quick profit. Most likely you do see a 2 to 3x back to say $8 to $12 on this project. But again, all these new coins that launch, if you don't understand how the game works by this point, everybody who has a Twitter following, who has YouTube subscribers, big Telegram group community, right? They get approached by the team. They get given tokens, either given to them straight up or they buy them in the pre-sale for a discount. And they launch and then they all sell and take profit, right? So it's usually best to wait if you're interested in these projects. It's not to say that they're bad. It's just that the tokens get distributed to everybody at extremely low prices and they all sell and take profits. So there's always usually a major sell-off after they launch. So if you like them, if you like that project and you want to buy it, it's usually best to wait until after the initial sell-off happens. And Satoshi VM, another good example of that right now. TT asking about LCX. So this is the World Economic Forum Exchange banker coin. Just for principles, I would never hold it. Chart looks very strong. Week after week, you're seeing green candles. And that makes sense, right? That makes perfect sense, being that this is the World Economic Forum Exchange. BlackRock just approved the Bitcoin spot ETF. The big boys are here, and the big boys want to control the industry. And LCX exchange is one way that they can do that. So the token is seeing increased value. Most likely from speculation, from people that love the banker coins. But yeah, out of principle, I would never buy something like this. But yeah, the chart looks really strong. You're approaching a target here at 20-21 cents. It's definitely overextended to the upside. It's up 5x from the lows. But yeah, you're approaching a key target level at 20 cents, and then you have 33 cents. And if you're looking to buy a dip, you want to get it around 15 to 12. Anyways, DJ Stanley with the $5 super chat. Sorry I missed that, Stanley. I didn't even realize. Anyways, yeah, we already spoke about router protocol. I'm still holding. And I addressed the FUD in detail at the beginning of the live stream. So I suggest you to go back and rewatch the beginning of the live stream. But yes, I still hold all my route. I didn't sell a single token. And the team did a very good job with damage control here on router protocol. So I still think everything will be fine in the long term. Here in the short term, things could be more shaky. Relio Network, another one that I like a lot, another one that I'm positioned in. You're in demand. Looks good. Next level lower would be sub 50 cents. That would be amazing. What would be really amazing, I think Relio is going to go to say 10, 20 bucks easily this cycle. Can't say easily actually, but yeah, I think it will go to 10 to $20 conservatively speaking this cycle. What would be really good for Rio would be a move back down here to 35 cents. Just a retest of this previous resistance. All right, I would love to see a retest here at 35 to 40 cents to buy a lot more Rio. But even here at 60 cents with its small market cap, great price. So TET, AGI, Mint Layer, those are all very good coins. TET, AGI, and Mint Layer are all very good. I actually already had Mint Layer open. Yeah, those are all great altcoins. Let's see. Raja says haircut's looking bullish. Thank you, Raja. We went ahead and went with the shorter look. Looks good. Thank you. DJ Stanley with a $5 super chat says, thanks for the reply on route. How about change? I'm about to buy the change dip. So yeah, change as well. Again, all these fear, uncertainty, and doubt events have happened because the team wants to change the tokenomics. So for Change Finance, they are introducing a new governance token, XChange. And we can see here from this Medium article. My short answer is, fundamentally speaking, in the long term, I'm still bullish on change and I'm still holding it. Just to answer your question quickly. But anyways, they're introducing a new token, XChange. And essentially, they want to make, I mean, their vision is huge. Their team is huge. Their team is very competent. Long-term speaking, I think that Change Finance will be perfectly fine. But yeah, some short-term kind of turbulence happening right now. New tokenomics, basically. You know, Change before had a deflationary fair launch token. And, you know, they're making some changes here. But overall, long-term speaking, I think everything will be fine with Change Finance. But again, here in the shorter term, it's going to be a bit more rocky because of these proposed changes. It's not as smooth. And yeah, it's slowed down momentum substantially. Let's see. Ladradoodle says, I'm in from 31.28 with a moon bag, still like 48 or 60. Yeah, targets to the upside for INJ. I mean, you have your range highs at 48, but certainly, if we pull a fib, 49, 54, 60 are your targets, Ladradoodle. When you're in price discovery, Fibonacci extensions usually offer great levels to take profit. Is Ocean still a good AI play? It's decent. It's not the best by any means. Tau, Delicium is solid. Cubic is solid. GNC is not solid. Ocean is okay. Anyways, guys, we've been live for an hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the live stream right now. Thank you all for your patience during this time of me not being in my usual routine and schedule, kind of doing some traveling around down here in the land down under in Australia right now. I'll be leaving here in a few days' time, and we'll be back to our usual schedule. And from there, we have a lot to look forward to. We got the Bitcoin halving less than 3 months away. We have the Ethereum ETF, and we have a new bull market cycle and massive opportunities everywhere. The market has been slow, so I haven't really missed too much while I've been kind of away from the screens. But we'll be back, and we're going to crush it. We just hit 40,000 subscribers. Stay tuned for the 40K giveaway announcement. And once I'm back in action in the captain seat, we'll be running this channel up to 100,000 subscribers in no time at all. So stay tuned for that. We got a lot of work to do, but I'm very excited to accomplish the mission. Thank you all for your support. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Connor from Crypto Empire, signing out. See you in the next one.